friends. Good evening. It's Lyssa with Song of My Heart Stampers, and tonight I have a really fun new box to show. I know it's brand new because I just invented it this week, so you would be the first on your block to make this if you followed my instructions and made your boxes tonight. So the reason it's a double-decker box is that there's actually two boxes nested together, and the inside one is taller than the outside. So if I can get all my paper shred out here, you can see that it has lots of room for chocolate, and you can put tall things in the top box and then shorter things around the side, or drink packets. It's big enough for that too. You can put tall things like lollipops or pixie sticks or tall candies out the top here, like maybe candy canes could go out the top there, and then decorate it, of course, any way you want. So here's another one. Cute. This is made with the Celebration Free Reward Choice paper. So pretty. And these are awesome because they are a substantial little box, and yet the way they're made, you don't have to fill it with so much candy that you break the bank, right? So that's important when you're thinking about giving gifts, not to make the box so large that you have to fill it with a whole bunch of candy or whatever. Unless you want to, of course. No one's going to turn down chocolate. But this, between the paper shred and the way the box is formed, it's very economical. And then, yet, it's still something substantial. So, like if you're giving it to a coworker and it sits on their desk, it's still got some, significant presence to it. Even though it's just a small candy item, right? So I'm always looking for tricks like that. And I came up with this one, and it was so cute. I thought, well, I gotta share that with my girls, right? And guys. Sorry about that. I know we have some guys too. Okay, so if you want to make this along with me tonight, we'll see how we do. I did this last night with my team, and it went pretty well. So I'm hoping it will go well with you guys too. You're going to need 3 sheets of cardstock, 3 half sheets of cardstock, I should say. So I'm just using basic white and cut myself 3 half sheets. Okay, then you're going to take one of those half sheets, and this is going to become our center tower. And that gets scored at 2, 4, 6, and 8. And then you can see I've already started to trim off my flap here. So if those measurements sounded familiar to you, this started out as the 2, 4, 6, 8 box. If you're familiar with that cute little box idea, that's how this project got started. So to make a box, then you trim out your little corner edge of your flap there and cut up the horizontal, cut up the vertical score lines to the horizontal score line, which I forgot to tell you to put in. So the horizontal score line is at the 4-inch mark. So there's just one, because our box only needs one end, one bottom end, and the other end is left open. Okay? So before we glue that together, however, we're going to take our pieces of patterned paper. This is all the Paper Blooms paper. And the measurement is, let me make sure I'm getting this straight. It is 1 3/4 by 1, 2, 3 3/4. Okay? So this is a great way to use up short little scraps. And it's much easier to put the scraps on when it is not glued together yet in the box. So that's why we're doing it like that. Okay. All right, and then we put our adhesive, and I'm using Seal Plus, which is a very strong adhesive. Putting that on my flap and turning this into a box. All right, can everybody see that? And then just making the end into a box. Love it. Fast little treat, right? You remember that a 2, 4, 6, 8 box, you would pinch this in, squeeze the top shut, and that would make your treat box. So do that, except don't pinch it. All right, for the larger box then, we're going to need 3 1/4 and 6 1/2 for our measurements. And we'll do that on both pieces. 3 1/4, 6 1/2, and then we're going to do the 3-inch mark this direction. Okay, and then the same thing where we trim out the flap and cut up to the score line. Okay, so that's half the box. And this will be the other half. Okay, these pieces are just the right size for you to stamp and punch something cute to label your box with. Okay, so we have our 2 boxes. We need to join them together like this. So I'm putting adhesive on the flap. Join them together into one long template, and again we're going to put our pattern paper pieces on before we finish adhering the box together. I just love this paper and the colors in it. So pretty. So these are 3, I'm not going to go from memory. Yes, 3 inches wide by 2 3/4 tall. So they're almost a square, but not quite. This paper is so cute. I have trouble figuring out which side I want to put down because the sides are so pretty. And you could alternate patterns if you wanted. But I'm going to keep them all this blue pattern for now. Okay. So then to make our box, we add adhesive to the flap. Oops, hopefully not crooked like I just did. Pop it out into a box. Here's my box. And then fold the flaps in to make the bottom. Now, one other thing I would do for this box that I wouldn't maybe necessarily normally do is take a second to glue down this interior flap as well, because when our second box gets inserted inside and glued down, it needs to have a stable base in there to be glued down. Okay? Super fun! And then the only tip I have for getting it straight is put it on with mini glue dots instead of tear and tape or seal, because those will tear if you have to remove it and reposition it, but glue dots will just make a little tiny tear. All right, that looks pretty straight to me, and by the time we get our paper shred in there and our candy in there, no one will care if it's not perfectly straight. Isn't that fun? What a cute little box, huh? Here's a variation I did with the same box on the bottom, only I shortened it a little bit, and I made the center tower super tall. Got some tall stuff I'm going to put in there, and it feels a little wobbly, but when you put your paper shred and your candy inside there, it should be just fine. So there you go. That's my double-decker box. And I had so much fun making this Valentine version. It was supposed to be for the Valentine blog series, but I didn't get it done on time. But this was easy too. I just made a whole bunch of hearts from the nesting heart punches, and then ran tear and tape all the way around my rim and stuck the hearts on all the way around. So that was fun and easy. Super pretty. You could still make this in time for Valentine's Day. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this little project, and next time we get together, I have an Easter basket idea for you, believe it or not. Yep, it's time to be thinking about it. So thanks for watching tonight, ladies. Have a great night.